Mr. Chirisa, Jirisa.
Mr. Condizzle with the sizzle.
Humility Chirisa in the building.
Humility, humility, Muna. Humility, humility. Munase humble Chirisa. Took chicken times down that just welcome.
Kunganaithi ngosasa pano panika nyaya kari kupisa. We just wanna talk about it machitsika. Welcome. Oh, you know what time it is. Send it to your friends so they also be a part of this. You cannot describe what you feel, huh? What you in Zimbabwe to the world, huh? Yeah. This is Black and Four. Welcome. This is Black and Four.
Hey, Quinta, can I love? Hey.
What up, Mr. Chirisa?
Oh, stunning on him.
How's it going, my bro?
Condizzle. I'm very well, my bro.
Mudasa.
I'm very, very good.
Pakaiba.
I just say my shows.
I'm so excited to be wrapping this up this Saturday. I'm so excited. A tour is dope, connecting with people, but the up and down gets to me. The up and down gets
like
to
traveling.
Me. Yeah, the traveling. I enjoy the shows, but the up and down.
I think that's the fun part. No?
Like the getting there is grueling, bro. The getting there and then the leaving and then, you know, the shows themselves, fire. Was in Manchester this past weekend. Incredible.
Pagoda Tour Bus Cup.
Pagoda Tour Bus. Manchester was so. I've been down and under with the flu since Sunday.
Hey.
So Manchester, I wasn't even able to say thank you to my people in Manchester, but Manchester was fun. We ended up having 2 shows there. Nice. The sold out show on the Saturday, then the extra show on the Friday. So that was fun. As always, these episodes proudly brought to you by the good people over at Readon. Download the Readon Flexi app. Familiarize yourself with the world of convenience. Last week, we announced, we're doing a challenge, a giveaway rather, where if you bought at least 2 liters of fuel using the Readon Flexi app and the promo code King20, 50 liters. And I am very proud to announce that we have a winner. As promised, Mr. Challenge Gwini.
Challenge won the challenge. And
Challenge won the challenge.
And the 50 liters back here.
The 50 liters. But, I then whispered kune team reReadon kuti pane vanhu vari kutisiza. So over and above Mr. Challenge Gwini, vari kuita walk away ne 50 liters. We're going to reward some of the people that also participated. Tova Kanrojma 2020.
For your participation. Just for your participation.
Just for your participation. Can you imagine? So congratulations to Mr. Love Mofumo Jena. Congratulations to Mr. Takunda Nyambira. Congratulations to Simbarashe Madzingo. Congratulations to Chapanda Chamunokara. If you go into your Readon Flexi app, you find that you've been credited with 20 liters. But if you're Mr. Challenge, automatic. You don't have to do anything.
You're not going to log in and then...
We know where you are.
Don't worry. Don't call us. Who call you?
Who call you? Okay, grand challenge.
No, chill, man.
We know where you are.
Relax.
We know where you are. So, shout out to, I realized this was already happening because I woke up to a few messages on, was it Facebook, Instagram, saying, King, Maspak and Dakato, and so, yeah. So this is happening. Ayatola Kandoro. Ndini ndakavhura straight for mu. Ndini ndakavhura ndini personally. So Ayatola Kandizo. So ladies and gentlemen, the giveaway is still happening. Please get into your Readon Flexi app. You can participate from anywhere in the world. This fuel can be, gifted to people in Zimbabwe, to your loved ones, to a company, so get in there, buy at least 2 liters of fuel. The more you buy, the more your chances of actually winning. So 2 liters of fuel makes you eligible to win 50 liters. And then next week we'll be announcing the winner. So we're doing this for at least the next 4 weeks. Can you imagine? The promo code is King20 when you participate. King20. That's very important. And then also brought to you by the good people at Mukuru.
0 transfer fees.
Yes, sir.
Would you look
0 transfer if you're sending money from the UK to Zimbabwe. Straight into Mukuru wallet. 0 transfers. Ladies and gentlemen, no one is beating that offer. No one is beating. No one. But no one is beating that offer. So...
kana muri kuitirwa zvakadai pakati pegore, what if kana tazouya kunana Christmas?
Can you do? We are training the people. We're training the people.
Get a custom.
You know, so yeah, man. Kana muri kuitirwa zvakadai so pakati pegore, in the middle of a world war as well.
Pakati pehondo, pakati pemwedzi, pakati.
I got inside. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to the people at Mukuru. Thank you to the people at Reden. Let's get into the episode, Mr. Chisa. Do you have any burning things from the last episode that you want to discuss with the people there?
Burning things from the last episode. Don't really. Oh, I'd also.
What did they do this time?
Hey, Nzeve, Munasi what not? Where have you been? Where have your eyes been this whole time?
Do you know what, my bro?
I don't get it.
Let me speak to you. Let me respond to that one on your behalf. Let me respond to that one on your behalf. I felt like, well, firstly, like you rightly said, it's not like dosage. They've always been there, right? And because they've always been there, I felt like this is pure hate, unadulterated hate. Because the last 2 episodes, I think the women had come out in full force and said, and to see the level, all the niggas coming out and saying this, I was like,
unethical hate.
I know what's happening.
I know what that is.
I know what's happening. This is a night shift. This is a night shift. People are trying to equalize. My boy is getting a lot of love, and niggas is trying to bring out.
In all fairness, on my part in particular, I saw you jump in. I saw you hit a tag me in. Let me get something off my chest. Oh,
let me tell you what actually the truth, because in Ndrumu chokwadi. Ndrumu chokwadi. The first comment ndakaona achitara zvenzeve. Because I'm also someone akakura achinzare nzeve. But you know, kana oneka trauma keke kuti you've been clowned kuti nzeve uchikura. I actually went to check the video kuti ndedzangu ere dzitaro. When I saw that dzangu, I was like, whew. I said, whew. I said, you know what?
That's funny. The notification in the bubble, but I'm saying it's a boy. You're like, oh, wait, hey, yo.
You know, I was pecking out a machine gun. Then when I saw who this mommy, I was like, you know what? It's just a pistol. This ain't my battle.
Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. So, hear me.
Yeah.
No. So you see what you're saying? What? For the longest time, ever since Ndimfana, that's always been. It's actually a part of my identity, not like Bichana. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not even from a Simbi side point of view,
Yeah.
but I genuinely really love my ears, and they're actually one of my favorite features about me because they're just so in your face, and even Chirogana Ndrugu Chikoro. I'll share it with you one time, and I pay
Yeah.
about to show you like my
Nah,
my
but I
my tag like
yeah.
graffiti. You know, chikoro boys mchinyora madziro
Yeah.
nandro neka tag kangu, and it was
The
there
ears.
the
Right.
type stuff. So it really it's not something that
No, but
that pays.
I
And some
I
of the
mean
jokes are funny. That was
no,
that
no,
was
some
like
of the some of the jokes are funny, but I
not to
also
hit.
when I saw them, I also wasn't worried about you per se because I think a lot of your confidence isn't rooted on how you look. You know, you're an extremely talented individuals. You're an extremely talented individual in so many other ways. Yeah, good. I knew when I saw that, good. Oh, this is something that we're going to be laughing about. It wasn't something that I had to. I felt like, you know, touch manager sage situation is. It's like, but
Unongodhuma nadzo mtike max kualbania
but but also ona kuti hapana hapo munhu ane nzeve dzakati kurei asiri successful. You look at you you look at man like Will Smith. You look at man like Barack Obese. You know, you know, Western Chirisa well on his way to joining that to joining that league of
ndoda tonorohwa ka extra ka earlift just
vamwe vachisa malip filler imi muri kubooster.
fila. No, bad
Ah,
thing. Yeah.
Now, there's
So
a obviously the big topic last week was the whole Grace Mugabe, Chatunga Mugabe issue. I think we're still in that news cycle where people are like, I even saw like a fake poster that was saying, Chatunga is going to welcome Bash. Obviously fake. It was saying he's going to be Pablos, and so it was very much an AI created poster.
okay.
But obviously taking advantage of, you know, the season that we're in where fake news is rampant, and it's not like Pablo's was going to come out and say,
No, I was cool. Yeah. Pablo's was like, yeah, cool.
you know, a thoughts dominated me this weekend where I was just almost very close to empathizing with Grace Mugabe. But Grace Mugabe is, she's probably the only mother in Zimbabwe who has never said the statement, "Ini mwana wangu adaro."
Oh boy.
"Ini mwana wangu adaro." Because I was watching an interview from way back where Grace Chatunga was very young, but even then she was like, "He's such a naughty boy.
Right was there to
He's
you.
always in his room playing. He doesn't study as much and chakadaro." And I felt like she's always known.
Oh, yeah. They know. And our moms aren't just here.
Inyanya.
Wasana makuru ane cable ne code dzemagetsi UN tumamfuri twenyu vanenge vatosvika pakuti what yo yay. It just be like that.
It really just be like that. It made me kind of like just obviously everyone was just like hapana hakuna kutsiurika munhu energy yasvika 28 29 hakuna kutsiurika, it's a ilos kutongo i4
vatongoboa na boys. You just have to let it be. What can you say?
Yeah.
That's a definition of the mapudzano with a sna high type beat. Yo, bro, ndine privilege yakadaro. I don't know, man. Like, memskatomboziva kuti ndiri kupi at any given time.
Yeah. But also, Altongoma hypothetical.
Do you think, on a hypothetical,
Mm.
having been afforded all the means that these boys have, legacy, etc., do you feel like you'd still have some sort of drive about you?
I don't know, man. I can't even conceptualize what that level of privilege looks like, because I remember my days in Darangu Paga. Finally, after years of asking, Paga Zotisra DSTV. They would up a day every 2 hours and she break it up and down with upper MTV base. Top 10 camera so. And I'm talking, this is in 2011. This is not so long ago.
Saka makabva kudhara nehumility kaimi.
DSTV wasn't a thing in 2011. As a matter of fact, we were like tisuma could DSTV times my customer could DSTV yet of what yapedzeredza my customer. But the difference is, yeah, but the difference is, at the time that this was happening, like, you know, we are still Guchkurubi, it's in the police camp, everyone is on that free to air whiz take chakadaro. So my dad is very much like me, where if he ends up being in that, you overcompensate. So he knew Guti Munwese is on some free to air thing.
And
Was
it's
like,
like, different.
no, I'm going DSTV. You know. So, and for at least like 3 months, yeah, but that was full bouquet. I don't know. So I was, they wouldn't break it up and down.
No, let me tell you something about Cartoon Network, candidate. No, I'm a papaya. No, I'm not talking on Atikalani Street, guys.
At some point, my theme song Esepa Disney. So I said that to say with Canada Vunduka, they behave like that because of DSTV. Yeah, it has $70. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I think if I had grown up where State House, Ngadenda Tengasa Airport right now. And I take as airport. Because the thing with me is I'm an overachiever. I'm an overachiever. It is a good attempted murder. For me, yato murder. You know, I'm going. It's high story attempt. You know,
the full 9 yards. Rookies are 6 feet, and
you know.
No.
Saga, I think you're better off with Chatunga than me, to be honest.
No, but that's very interesting what you said. Yeah, because growing up, you always had that cousin or that friend or even a neighbor, or just basically one angari, the poster child of whatever you do in life yako. Mwana wa mining ndikuone uchitamba naye izvozvo them niggas zokuti nah, you cannot be seen fraternizing with these donnies. I had this one cousin of mine who episode things that we did for love. One akabaisa home theater system DVD player. I used to have a cousin who used to regularly do my moves akadaro. Anotengesa VCR oenda kana oshandisa mari unotenga magame kana unotamba magame panhangirikini kana kuti ungodzoka nebheseni rakazara mazadza dama nemabubblegum, like next level of
Yeah.
and so I was like, officer vakazowana bag rinenge rekwana mugabe chichichika.
It's not even
like you.
It's not even big. It's opportunity.
Opportunity.
Opportunity ndo yaitoshayikwa yekuti now toita ma-small scale crimes yekuti
Petty theft.
vanhu vari kubhagura lip gloss.
Unotoita career criminal.
This week ndara pane tunyaya twakawanda. Obviously starting with the perennial, the habitual line stepper, Mr. Wicknell Munodani Chivayo. My goodness.
I don't want to step you people.
This one is more like Inception. So this past weekend,
Electric slide, any line that needs to be stepped under I draw electric slide.
anotonzwa R. Kelly some So so this past weekend, I think it was on a Sunday, Cyril Ramaphosa was sighted in Zimbabwe. Had come over to see his homie, his best friend, Mr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, flew over the presidential jet, took a helicopter to Kwekwe, where he was linking up with ED. And obviously, Mr. Mnodan Chivayo is never that far away from heads of state. And, they were quite, KT, Kudata Gure was there, Owen Muda was there, Wicknell was there, Paul Tungwarara was there. The usual suspects, the usual alleged suspects, they were there in their, alleged capacities. Then the conversation always defaults to where it always defaults. Why is Wicknell is always in these places? What does he really do? Because the previous weekend, there had also been a similar conversation where people were questioning why Wicknell was right next to the president when the Botswanan president had come to officially open ZITF and, back and forth as they do on social media. So again, felt like another. And obviously, South Africa being a better PR state than ours, where there's some form of accountability. There was a press conference where the presidential spokesperson came out and said, the president had just gone to see his, friend. It wasn't
It wasn't a state-sanctioned visit.
But it also, he wasn't aware of who was greeting him, so he shouldn't be asked, why is Wicknell? Because he's not familiar with these guys. They were just people that...
The niggas just greeting, so what?
Yeah, and to me, I felt like that was a missed opportunity. Because I feel like, what's the point of being president if you can't go see your homies on the jet when you want to see them? It's a Sunday. As a matter of fact, ndokwananda toenda. In fact, I wouldn't even let the presidential spokesperson come out. I would come out and say, yo.
I got this. Wait, chill. Hey, Imi. Yeah, listen.
Let's get this. Let's get this one. Let's get one thing clear. Dean President. This was a Sunday. Off apana work hours and agree. As a matter of fact, munotoziva kuti mari yefuel kana iri mari yefuel yejet yamurikuda ndinayo. Saka issue apa ndeyekuti handinatomboenda Nelas, ndaenda Muscat. Aona? Ndaenda nona Blaza Muscat. I'm seeing my boy. It's a chilled. He's showing me around his farm. Aparukurova wheat. Arundraza my projects. Arundraza my projects. Kana murazot week no aita say. That's exactly what a brai is. Kubrai kunoeva no osikaziye. It's a link up.
Am I in control of the coach?
But more importantly, vana week now. Vakakosha kana tukita zvebrai because ndo vakatenga nyama yacho. Mada kuti tishandise ma state funds here kutenga nyama yebrai. Saka decide yazvamuri kuda. Muda kuti weekend atenge nyama yebrai here kana kuti muda kuti
kana muda kuti matex enya but muda kuti matex enya atenge here nyama yebrai. Vanhu vekuZimbabwe vatoti but arguably tichiva kuti inyaya yeku-South Africa yase kuZimbabwe mira.
As a matter of fact, ndandatoenda ikoko because ndada kuradza kuti xenophobia is not a thing. Link up pakwekwe. Andona? But obviously was
link up pakwekwe.
Link up Link up, Pakwekwe.
Link up, ne? Pakwekwe, ne?
Do you know the funniest thing about that visit was Cyril Ramaphosa is obviously being shown around, very impressive. Up and oh, this is the wheat, this is the bread we make, these are the biscuits, these are the what. There's some pictures of him testing some of the stuff, and I was looking for the president's face, and in one of the pictures, if you look at the president, you can tell the president is possibly testing some of these things for the first time.
Yeah.
All right. And that's you know Murukuroga.
Mukubaya.
It was very interesting. He was I can't tell whether he was impressed or he was, but you could tell no. They were proton. But it was obviously a very interesting, and then that same weekend gave cars to Mr. Puriri, gave cars to
So you remember when you say when my people now you immediately crossed my mind. I was like, Mr. Puriri. I was like, take it. What can I say?
It's getting a little
It's getting a little, ooh, I wish I could get me a free set of wheels. Exquisite cars. Best cars in the continent.
As a matter of fact, I mean, you could almost argue the Exquisite should have been the first one to get the car.
He should have been the one to really and truly.
As a matter of fact, if we're talking proper, trying to sanitize, could have probably come up with a fire jingle right at the beginning, made this even more difficult. But let's not give them ideas. Was meant to have actually started. Did you go vote, bro? Today we're recording this on the 7th of May. Elections in the UK council elections. Did you go vote?
No, actually, honestly speaking, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. In my ends, it's Labour stronghold for the most part. So it's gonna pan out that way. And again, politics. I mean, you're right. You know when they say illusion of choices. This the illusion of choices. Once upon a time, we had a Tony Blair who was supposedly left-leaning liberal, but really and truly, he was a neo-conservative. Same could be said about Keir Starmer. You know, at the end of the day, when it comes down to the crunch. These guys are just going to they're serving the same.
I mean, they're not that different.
Yeah, they're serving the same master at the end of the day.
No one is going to have.
They're all going to, so when England had a chance, a slam dunk at putting into place someone who might have actually done some shit. Corbyn,
and that's exactly why they booted him out
with Jeremy Corbyn, and that's the one time I felt like, oh, there's a chance, and the fact that niggas like that can literally not afford to win, like it's
no, they cannot.
Like the status quo into we run out of money. Come what may, niggas like this nigga cannot. So with that, politics.
The UK politics is a bit sourceless, man. It's a bit sourceless. It's a bit, even the idea they could do today was election day, and what do you mean? There is no public holiday nyana. You cannot be surprised that people are not coming out to the polls when they are having to fit in voting with the rest of their day. Like, I went to vote Kuma. I think it was around Kuma 9. Kuma 8. But that
Yeah.
was only because my mate was like, voting is so sexy. And I was like, you know,
Man, Hambe, we are voted. Sing, we are voted.
civic duty.
Asambeni siya vote.
But I don't
Votela.
care. I even came out and said, the true voter, go.
You peeped. Usatwa varatwati.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, but that's how disconnected I am. I just know because I'm not voting, absolutely not reform. But it's is it the Greens? Is it the Labour? Are we still feeling Labour? But it's I feel like the way that they do UK politics here, where's the rally, bro? My t-shirts are gobi.
Slogan.
My poster are gobi.
But my slogan, I need to be able to identify my parties by Ngoti.
Where's the jingle?
Kana
Hey,
ku-
Chinjama Itiro. Oh,
I need to be able to know. But
but
the
kuzimbabwe
sourceless-
tikupe masimbo akupera though. Because
Yeah.
chamisa pacha zobuda 2027 akuti.
C3. Hey, and 3 must see. I don't know.
Masimbo akupera, bro.
I'll buy.
Because TPC yanga yakunzi chichi. Yanga yanzi number 1. I mean,
I don't know.
They came back with this. I think at some point pane vakamboshandisa this Zan's victory. And then yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. In terms of opposition, I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No wonder one wakati Kandoro for president, because there's
Tokuzimira isignal.
there's a panika vacuum, eh?
No, I think we had this conversation last week. And obviously ended up having to trim it out because I felt like because we were all rushing, it would have come off as irresponsible the way that we were having the conversation.
Okay.
And a lot of things would have been lost in translation. Because you had to go, I had to go get my heater, and we were, so when I was listening back to the thing, I was like, this is how people end up with Central.
This is how
Where they're like, no, we also have cameras here. Come finish the episode here.
Kuti munenge maisa postcode yekucentral musatnav
Come finish the episode. Come finish the episode here. Come finish. We, so I was like, in the interest of self-preservation.
This is how niggas end up with central.
Yeah, yeah. So it's very treacherous. I don't know. So I would love to revisit that conversation. We were obviously having a conversation about CAB 3 and its implications. The conversation is rife in Zimbabwe. I mean, it's not as rife now because I think there's a certain air of resignation in the, amongst the people where they're like,
it seems like it's a foregone kind of
so yeah. So I as always, I obviously have thoughts. But what are your thoughts, Mr. Chiris? I think it would be interesting to hear your thoughts. What everything that you've seen or what you haven't seen. How has it made you feel?
I mean, I feel like you said, there's an air of inevitability to that, and I think one of the key factors is because, again, opposition, right? How are we opposing this? And even on an internal level, I don't know how this is unfolding internally within the camp. Are all parties satisfied with this move? I'm talking kuma upper echelons and what, because like we said, the term was supposed to end in 2028. 2030 is just going to be an additional 2 years. An additional 2 years. Like, what really are you going to do and affect really significant
That is the question.
over an additional 2 years? And when you consider that, I mean, it's Yakutungo set a precedent. Now,
Yeah. Of
is that a good thing or bad thing or what? No, I'm deceiving. But from where I'm just standing and looking at things, is
yeah.
inogona kuti zongopedzisira yatongoenderera yakadaro nyacho.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah,
with you.
as long as pasina robust opposition, which I don't see, then I think it's pretty much gonna happen. I will say, I will say, I will say, I will say, there are spots of progress. There's
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Well, let's do it in. Let's do it in. You're about to fall into a trap. I don't want to fall. Let you fall into a trap, my boy.
no.
I don't think you even realize what the trap is. But I'll explain. No, I'm with you throughout.
Right?
I'm
In the sense here, what this.
okay. Let
So
me respond to the
okay.
first part. Okay.
Okay, let me say, right. Having recently gone back to Zim, like after having taken spells away from home and going.
I want you to look at my face and listen to me when I say that part is going to undo everything that you've just said. I know exactly what you want to say. But
Okay.
the danger in you saying that after saying what you said is ndopatinozonzi paipa kuti ana kandoro vakapiwawo tuma10 chinyararire.
And
So ndova ndoti the trick has to be kuti how we say this, we can't say it in one go. We have to break down. So you
right.
said the first part, and then because tika in the same breath ukati, but my improvement aripo konzi
Improvement GP.
exactly. So I don't
Improvement
want
kumba kwenyu.
I don't want them to do that to you, my boy. I think we're on the same page. We've had this conversation, man. I think we are aligned. Which is the question is, before you even look at what the extension does, is what is 2 years going to do that you haven't been able to. As a matter of fact, I feel like this
Unless kana 2
extension,
years is itongori foundation yokungoita build upon chakuti.
yeah.
Because
I mean, yeah. I mean, what stops the next guy for
once kana
asking for 10 years? You know,
story na. So there's that.
right? So
That's all I can say. What
yeah.
side of the aisle and TTT? I
So, but my biggest worry, I think, you know, I would love to, and this is maybe me trying to Jedi mind trick. I think, you know, for all the faults, number one, for all his limitation, I think if he was to leave in 2028, it probably would be the greatest legacy that he would leave. Over and above all the construction progress in Chagadaro and Atrabablas and airport, but him living within his term limits would set, you know, a turn. You know, when his time was done, he left. You know, and and it just buttresses the whole Operation Restore legacy, and it ties it in a neat little bow. So my confusion starts there, right? Where I accept that there's a lot of information that we might be missing that makes it important for them to want this 2-year extension. But
That's
if,
true.
you know,
There's also that. Yep.
if it was up to me, I would love for him to get to 2028 and say, you know what, you man, juke it out. You man, jig it out.
So,
I'm out.
so much.
So that's
So much so.
Mm.
So much so. Yeah, but you know what kind of number nanzwa kapawa kacho
no, but that's the idea. That's the idea. Kuti, that's why it would take him over the threshold because there's an understanding Africa wide. Kuti power is addictive, but he would then rise above that challenge to
no.
say, yo.
But the point I was about to make was right. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Deuces, you man, duke it out. Or everyone stunned into silence. Oh, wow, yeah, this is, yeah, that's what's up, right? Again, as it stands, there seems to be a void, like some vacuum in terms of the succession in Zimbabwe is always just felt a bit, right? So say he's dipped, and whoever comes in after, and then should there be an air of there's a contrast here? Kuti maybe zvinhu decliner or maybe zvinhu improver, but in the event yekuti zvinhu binder, he would be in. I would like to believe he'd be in a position yekuti akadzoka akati na murukanya chidzine chikandidzoke pane chimwe chiterm or nerimwe boys rayo and whatnot. People might even consider him kuti unoza chibaba chakauya pachakatema yangu pakati vakubaya vangubaya, so you know constitution takawapa catch 3.
Aiwa, inini ndo iyo version iyo ndo patiri kusiyana because inini hakuna zvinhu zvakadaro.
Mana anonga ambopinda vacho vambotesta power ndo vandoti zvoni
munhu ngaite 2 terms dzake oenda padera, 2 terms oenda padera. Zvaitika whether munhu adosera aita sei, 2 terms padera. But yeah, I mean, to your second issue of, we need a robust opposition. Wholeheartedly, 100% agree. To the point, Shekuti, the views that I have in Ini almost sound like I am laying the blame of this situation on the opposition, which is not necessarily true. I mean, a lot of the issues that we have are issues that have been brought or been created by ZANU-PF. But at this point in 2026, in May, it feels very much like the opposition is a willing and aiding, participant.
Yeah, no, the opposition has always been complicit in
it feels, and that's when they come out.
It's always
that's when they come out and say, it feels like you guys criticize us more than you criticize ZANU-PF. It feels like you guys are harder. Yes, that is true because ZANU-PF can beat us up. It's a no-brainer, but I can call out. I can call.
Like you expect me. You expect me to call out nonsense zamdarong then instead of the next door.
Yeah, I think if I was to attempt to dissect the issues with regards to the opposition, it would be 2 main issues. I think the opposition doesn't have institutional discipline. I think the opposition as a collection of individuals is just that. They are not an organization. They've never been an organization. It's just a collection of individuals. Vane mafungiro akasiyana. Havana code of conduct that they are loyal to.
Yeah.
Because when you compare it to ZANU-PF on the other hand, ZANU-PF, for all its nonsense, those niggas have institutional discipline. At no point in ZANU-PF do you find more than 3 people thinking they can be president. It's no more than 3 people at any given time.
1 to 0.
Opposition, everyone thinks they can be president.
Everyone thinks.
From Morgan Komichi to Douglas Monzora to Jacob Mafume to Dendai Piti to Fadzima Here to Ostalos to Tokozani Kupe to. Right now, of all the rumors that are happening in ZANU-PF, we only ever hear of at the most 2.5 names.
And a half, that tells you all
Two
you need
and
to know.
2.5. I say and a half because some of the people in October is there, but we've never really the people that we know. Chacha is number 2, and the money guy. Then Tozon's my spokesperson in cricket. But I say that to say to those guys, you never come across Nick Mangwana trying to sound presidential.
Never.
Nick Mangwana knows good. I'm here to.
Basa rangu nderinori
Here to
ambosalivator panotanga kuona some infighting anenge achingoziva kuti zveni in fact best case scenario chautoda kutoita kutoziva who to side with
Nick Mangwana doesn't even.
not even kuda kuti zveni let me at the top of it.
I would even argue that Nick Mangwana doesn't even have ambitions to be beyond permanent secretary.
Ari papo.
Why
would you want anything beyond that? Why? Deep.
So the problem, what that does now, when you compare the two, is ZANU-PF ends up having an effective and efficient machine where it filled all these guys. Everybody knows their roles. I'm here to lie. I'm here to drive. I'm here to
intimidate.
Whereas
I'm here to spin.
Right now, if you look at the constitutional conversation, there is different groups that have been instead of people just coming out and saying we are one umbrella. But the reason why it will never happen is because I believe these guys have already agreed this thing is not going to work. So instead of them putting a valiant effort together, they are just milling around so that if this thing eventually passes, they can stand around and say, but makandiona kainini, makandiona nchimirizika kainini, ndandirikoka kuma public chakadaro, kuma public hearings. So I think that institutional discipline there ends up being energy siri concentrated ingori ngwarara ingori even masvosve chaiwo bro anounganira loaf or dismantle. No one is trying to open a new loaf.
Apana. This is finding papo.
Tozotsvaga loaf iri kana rapera. Do you get what I mean?
Find us, keep us. Let's go.
It has even meant, even when you look at the conversation that are happening about this constitutional amendment, no one has ever, from the opposition, tried to explain to the people what these changes mean.
So you see, that's the point I was going to arrive at, which is Kunok, the shadow cabinet. Yeah. Whenever the party that's ruling vakaposhera or vakaita something shadow cabinet would be so on standby. We would have done this. Manifesto made it. Maria varushandisa apa. It's my economists. They crunched the numbers. We could save you guys 500 billion.
Exactly.
You see. Voted snap election, referendum, like the type shit like that. That's the kind of pressure these men can put on the ruling party.
Every week, in those prime minister's questions, they're taking it to that guy.
Brother, opposition will put so much pressure on these donnies. Liz Truss, Nana Theresa May, like, but Panama Prime Minister UK months ndovangoti mkitchen murukupisa. I'm out. Gambo die. Because the opposition is on niggas' necks.
Yeah.
And even within the party itself, Saga.
We have a situation where right now the opposition almost feels like they exist to disagree with ZANU-PF. they are not being proactive enough to share their own agenda and saying this is what's important to us. This is what we're standing for. You find with all the conversations happening about the constitution, for lack of a better word, are intellectual. The constitution is not an, I mean, it is structured like that. It's a legal document which uses, certain terminology, but it's not meant to be a piece of intellectual labor. It's meant to be something that everyone connects with. It's supposed to cut through, right? So you need to go to the people of Mavuka and break down what the constitution is saying in a language that they can understand. Ma tweets, nema video, section chakadaro of chakadaro. No one cares, bro. Go to the people and tell them, yo, listen. This Visa Gender Commission. There are 2 years over and above the president, right? Kushka kuma kansela. Varoda kuchinja the way a president is voted for. So instead of you voting for the president at constituency level, he would be voted to parliament. And what does this, what does this
implications?
What are the implications?
How is it affecting your individual vote ballot box down the line?
After all is said and done, and people will come out and say, we don't have money to do this. But that just feels like a cop-out to me. That feels like a cop-out to me because it feels like a cop-out, plain and simple. I don't even need to explain why. I don't even need to qualify with why it feels like a cop-out. Because how much...
Because it's a cop-out.
Bro, kuma vuku kune ma PA system and iziyokuti mangani. And everyone and their grandmother in Mavuku has a PA system for hire. Megaphone. You're telling me kuti amkwazi ngofamba mujingirina muchishedzera masina. Motaura kuti azvisku you need a permission from the police to convene a chakadaro, which is fair and fine. But you also need to realize, Kuti, some of the police people are actually on the side of the opposition. They also don't like what is happening. So instead of waiting for a situation whereby you get permission, imi murukuzauti you're not going to be violent. Imi murukuzauti you're not going to be brave. You are just disseminating information. Why not be proactive? Mozorambidzwa mazama.
Fair enough.
Because all you are showing us right now, taka apply tikarambidzwa. So that's it. That's it then.
You also have to be inventive with how you get the message across.
Bro, I am so disappointed in the opposition right now. I feel like they have taken everyone for a ride. I feel like there's so many missed opportunities because right now, I mean, to conclude,
my
we can talk about this.
My posters.
Aside from, bro,
my posters, but growth point, bro.
Listen, bro.
Anything and everything, gayo.
My disappointment stems from the lack of imagination. I mean, it stems from a lot of reasons, but lack of imagination. All right, you remember the time when ZANU PF came out and said, Pindai, the president was mandating his supporters, Pindai on social media, muvarakashe. What stopped the opposition from employing the same? What stopped the opposition from employing the same? Right now, there is bots all over. What stops you from using $500 to get however many bots you can get for $500? So that the same, you're matching energy for energy. You're matching avarakashi pavarukurakasha. You're also matching for social media. You're also getting your messaging out there. Does it take a genius to be able to tell Nelson Chamisa, Kuti, brother, I know you love this Bible, Chakadaro and this, but now is not the time. Very sternly, very firmly, with Chimbokwana. At this
many
point,
times have niggas been telling him
what? No. But I'm talking about it's been guys us telling him. I'm talking about the people that are close to him, the people that have conversations with him, the people that have access to tell him these things. Like with my man, Yeah.
I think they have. I'm pretty sure they have, and I think
But
it's just.
exactly how are you
I think they
telling
have,
him?
and
And
it was like, well, don't did you cheat then? It's like, don't did
then
you
don't say anything. Don't say anything. It's way better to operate the way Winky D operates, where we only see him through his music and it cultivates an air of mystery, than to come out and say nonsensical things that dents whatever modicum of credibility you might have. The opposition has been very playing to ZANU PF's tune, where everything they talk about, everything they are arguing about is what ZANU PF has said. Never
It's
has ZANU
reactive. Like,
PF
I mean, they're
is,
purely
yeah,
reactive at this point. Yeah.
nothing, never has ZANU PF ever come to address anything that the opposition has said. Never. Fadzima Here, Ostalos, all of them are Nick Mangana, Chakadaro. So if the opposition had come out and said, ZANU PF is saying they want 2 years to go to 2030. They
Give 'em.
also want to change the way that the president is elected. Give them, because two things happen in Zimbabwe. The opposition has never had problem gaining MP seats. In 2008, they had a sizable lead in parliament. In 2023, Nelson Chamisa, in 6 months, where their party was dead broke, they put a reasonable dent within 6 months of forming. So if you're saying, you then argue, kana muri kutipa muda kuwedzera 2 more years kusvika 2030, it means we have more years to more time to canvass, more time to connect with the people. So, and if you're saying that's how we ultimately end up voting for president, then that's fair and fine.
Then,
Tusangana
bro,
parliament.
that could work for us.
Because for some reason, the opposition has always lost presidential elections. They've always. So if you're saying kuti now taku voterana 1:1 kuti vanhu vedu, then
on a parliamentary level, yeah, then it actually skews things in them man's favor.
The reason why I propose that is because two things. You are then throwing the ball back into ZANU PF's court. You are throwing the ball back into ZANU PF's court, whether this is a reasonable thing to do or not.
It's gonna make them reassess.
It's going to make them reassess, and it's going to make the people that are against, because there are people that are against 2030 agenda in ZANU PF. They're also going to think, are we not? I just
shoot that. But you see when we touched on that before, when we touched on that idea, how the president is elected via MPs through parliament, is boys Rajo Artembeke Kudaro.
I'm with you.
We've seen that. I'm 40K.
No, but
40 grand.
No, but
40 grand. Niggas is at the feeding trough here.
No, and you're 100% right. But right now, Patiri, right now, we're not looking to come up with the most bulletproof thing. We are looking to put points on the board. Let's put something on the board. Let's put, because you're
a blank
you are 100% correct. Kuti, ZANU PF is still, they could still do the whole recall thing. They could still do the whole bribe thing. But what the argument is, now that we know kuti people can be recalled, now that we know kuti people can be, you have 4 years between now and 2030. You have 4 years to get the most integrity. Yes, to field candidates that connect with the people on the basis of integrity and being known to be people that can, obviously that is hard because everyone is hungry right now, people can present, but more importantly than the feasibility of this idea, Yekuti, whether ZANU PF implodes and they cancel this 2030, I feel like the most important thing about that messaging, where you put the ball in ZANU PF's court, is the people will then see you do that and feel like, oh, this thing is not inevitable after all.
Look at so these niggas look like they might have a plan. Wait.
So exactly.
Minute.
Do you get what I mean? So what you end up having is a situation whereby even when this thing eventually passes, the people are like, oh, there is a plan for 2030. But right now, because there is no communication, there's no messaging, there is zero hope, there is zero conversation, there is
The voter apathy, the apathy in the
that's the thing as
electorate right
well.
now
That
is
is the thing as well.
insane.
Because you don't even realize, Kuti, by not saying anything, no one is going to participate in your cause for let's go out and vote, let's increase, because people are going to be like, for what?
We know
So I think
just
there's an
no change.
opportunity to introduce a new brand of politics in Zimbabwe. There's an opportunity to introduce there's such a void here. There's an opportunity to have new leadership. I would love to see what Ana Ostalos look like. If they were to take the charge, what Anafadzima here. But even some other people that we haven't seen already, some people that they haven't, become susceptible to becoming career politicians. Because it's very we're in a very dangerous place right now where obviously the threat of having Jacob Mafume.
That could be just you. When that person are not opposers, are not PF, and that's just without any real
Exactly, performative opposition.
performative. Yeah.
Performative opposition. But man, having said all this, I would greatly encourage my people to have conversations with everyone, man. Have conversations with people that are supporting CAB 3, finding out why they're supporting CAB 3. What are they
How much of
seeing
it
that
they actually understand?
yeah, what are they seeing that you're not seeing? Have people that oppose CAB 3, find out, because I generally think Uti, being Zimbabwean and getting to the other side is going to be a huge part of it is having conversations with each other so we know what the other person is thinking, know what your neighbors are thinking, man. Otherwise, we'll keep surprising ourselves with the pause. We argue about Zanu-PF Birira. That might be true, but a lot of it is Zanu-PF vanhu vanoifotera.
I've
It
always
don't know
thinking,
votera.
how gonna be from 0 votes to
That
whatever.
you see,
can't.
you see.
It just makes
So-
your life. It's impossible.
So ka arrogance kaka katinoita.
Zvakadaro.
Exactly. Saka ka arrogance kaka katinoita, especially vanhu vekudiaspora and say kuti vanhu vekuzimbabwe ime mikwana ikoko. Let's have conversations.
Someone.
Let's have conversations and find out, kwenzakalani. What's the situation? What are the people saying? How are they feeling? But yeah, man. To sprinkle a lighter note, I don't know if you knew, but Telecel is up for sale.
Telecel is up for sale. Hanzi Mari.
Yeah. I think we're kutambira kuma 20.
Wait,
20.
arumbeta mari kuma
Chaya pabonzo. Uda madetails acho.
une number dzavo here.
23. 23 pounds.
Okay. Phone yangu yapera but
Whatever chair.
ndozofonera mangwana monaska to not.
But genuinely, that's the conversation, because how much should Telecel cost?
That's a very good point.
Like how much
should it cost?
How much should it cost? And but more importantly, if you are buying it, what are you going to do with it? Like unless I think in theory the things that are supposed to be working, I think it only makes sense if an MTN is coming to buy out. But even then, I would question: is it not even cheaper for MTN to just come out as MTN by itself?
Yeah.
You
Because
know?
when I got brand credibility and
It's really much stronger than trying to revive Telecel.
I mean, maybe they could just absorb them and the infrastructure that Telecel previously owned. And then they just rebrand. Who knows? Who was
because
the owner of Telecel? Was it James Makamba? Was it?
I think James Makamba was in there. I think government was in there at some point. I think it was, But
but even selling that, you're still selling it for a pretty penny. No.
Yeah. I would assume, but how pretty? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, when I say a pretty penny versus what it's been fetching you over the last few years, and
It's been fetching nothing. I think I get more from State of the Nation tour than what I think. I think you're gonna get to cook that. I th- I think Kuzimra I'm a bigger taxpayer that tikatasa my filings ang as
wakandoro.
king can do as king can do. I think I have better filings than than Telecel. What do you mean?
Nigga, so listen, that is nigga. Do you want to go halves on a
I,
mobile
I think my niggas they
telecommunications
go
company?
yeah because
Do you want to go halves on it?
tinogona kukwikwidza nekuti match podcasting equipment neTelecel yeah timeitite studio
Takatengesa gere durese bana manzi. Tinono in the house sonaro.
vari kutowesta studio space boys then
Sonaro.
I'm pretty certain kuti someone akambosvika nedzungu akati ndana rugadha panapa rugadha iko
God damn it.
I saw that headline and I was like wow
Oh,
wow
that's mental.
wow
Ah,
there is
manze ne-podcast equipment.
yeah bro
Takaendesa ku-CEX. Takanoswapa out.
mazi satellite dish aya kuti hawangu even mapostori antuda tite seneni
What do I need to say now?
wacho material iyi is a little but yo
This man tokoshandisa nzeve dzamunasheka. It's okay.
podcast equipment plus
Plus,
it's a good deal
it's a deal.
not even zese dziri two throw in one. You throw in
One. I'll throw one in. I'll throw in one
One.
in on the deal. I'll throw in one.
takanobata starlink
Takano-
I'm pretty certain kuti vanhu vekutelesa vanoshandisa starlink I am pretty certain I am pretty certain vanhu vekutelesa vanoshandisa starlink I am certain
Oh my days.
Bro. what are you listening to these days I
What
have
am
some
I? So I've been listening to Mfana wangu anonzi Stan Stanislas. Mfana wangu from Chegu to Massive. This kid is sick, but he's
Yeah.
one of those creatives who vasingado music yawa out. But kana yabuda, listen, you man, in fact, next episode,
you have it up.
I'm gonna give you because I set out Buddha so we won't get hit with
Ah,
the copyright
right.
strike.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel it. I'd been listening to one Yanaya West religiously. Just I came across this bangers.
No.
But I feel like
No, not good. You feel like ndozvitoripo.
it's with a heavy heart. I
Yeah.
was so heartbroken. I was like,
I-
and then I realized how gullible I actually am, which is mad because these
You had
things
seen a
again.
TikTok that said Afro Nation something.
Huh?
You had seen a TikTok.
No,
Afro.
I hadn't seen a TikTok. It's actually Kuda that I was talking to when I got back from Zim because I was punishing her when I was in Zim.
Yeah.
And then I called Kuda. I was like, "Yo," and then he was like, brother, hate to break it to you." I was like, "What makes you say that?" He was like, "I tried to get in touch, and they reached out with the account or said,
Yeah.
she did a back and forth, what. And I told you, yo, when are you coming to England? And they were like, I said, when's your next show to England? Do you have a show in England coming up? And they're like, no, not yet. What? And I was actually thinking, you know what? I'm going to speak to
a no-brainer.
Busy Festival and say, you need to get this. Like, ooh. By the way, Busy Festival, 15th of August. Yeah. You cop those. And then that's when Mankuda was like, hate to break it to you. And then even the response that I got from that question, in retrospect, made me realize,
That's why.
yeah, makes sense, it's a
I,
heartbreaker. How do you feel about that?
very disappointing.
Okay, how do you feel about?
Well, to make it clear to everyone who has been wondering what are they talking about, it's the artist that Munash is talking about is an AI creation. The music is an AI creation, and I stumbled upon this, song on TikTok, and it hit me. It's incredible, and tried
Banger?
to look for it and couldn't find any account that could speak to that could confirm the existence of this person. And my red flags went up and put it up on my Twitter saying that this song is dope. And then as a bait, then got confirmation that it was AI. Because I just have the belief that no one would be creating that fire music and be humble about it. Hakuna zvinhu zvakadaro.
Aswite.
Hakuna
Kunyarara
zvinhu
and
zvakadaro.
responding to
Hakuna.
everyone and Nangrikini and
Hakuna.
TTT.
So
But
the part that is disappointing to me is I feel like it's a hustling backwards. I've seen, I don't even understand. It's the dumbest thing ever. If you're a music creator and you're using AI to create music and then you're putting out the version with the AI, you are daft, to use terminology. Yamnash. I would like to think Uti, you are using whatever Ningrini as a
just a
reference
tool.
track.
Yeah,
As a,
as a
not as a
reference track.
tool, as
Yeah,
a reference track,
exactly.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you get
exactly.
the
And then you
people
go and reverse
and
engineer that and
and then you
replicate
say,
that.
Kuti, do
I
this.
made that.
And then
Bro,
I'm
rude
not
boy.
understanding, because I'm not understanding why it's almost like you niggas are wanting to take pride in the ones where Rishanda big an AI. Absolutely no one is going to be impressed with that shit, brother. Absolutely. And to tell you the truth, it's only a matter of time until this music is struck off streaming platforms.
100%.
It's
Yo,
only a matter of time before you will not be able to monetize. So kana uri munhu ane dzinokwana
and
chaicho
then now,
dzinosunda.
rude boy. Like you bro. Warwa
Don't be
chigunwe.
dumb.
I've been saying kuti zvoni, you make a banger, reverse engineer the John, bro, and then we wait away. If anyone ever says unomuratidza ma stems acho, oh, one of my vocal stems.
As a matter of fact, no one is going to, because here's the crazy thing. The part that you guys want us to be impressed about, oh, ndinda nyola ma lyrics, ndinda nigri, has been undone by the fact that after all is said and done, the thing that you put out was this thing. You're cheating yourself out of revenue. Now you can't tour the song. This song is a banger. Now you can't, you are not a DJ. So now you can't be booked to Zimfest. You cannot perform this song. But if you were to, let's say you own the house, on a voice, and then you're like, oh snap, who can do these
Right?
vocals?
Find
Tackle
someone. Put
Tackle
together
with
the
Zinza.
niggas who can do it. Chugga
You know,
producer. Bro,
Tammy Moore can do these vocals. You hit up Tammy Moore, be like, yo, Tammy, I wrote the song. The chorus goes like da 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 da. What do you think? Hit up, Rachel Uchinori, hit up, but Imimi Mudati team, don't frustrate me, man.
no, no. You're so right. Be factual there.
Don't be silly.
That's always baffled me. Why the hell would you cook the thing and that's the thing you actually upload? Like that's you man are stupid. I would be walking around like, hey, did you see that guy? What that?
Regatid, you know what? Let me put you on some game, my bro. Let me put you on some game. I don't know if you
show me something I don't know.
I don't know if you've been tapped into the culture, but
Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
it's okay. I don't know if you've been tapped into the culture, but there's been a raging debate recently. Junior Master versus Hulungwende.
Junior Master.
You know,
Remind me, Junior Master. Hey, but the thing, Mazita, Junior Master.
no, I'll play them for you. So the reason why these
They seems to that confused.
no, I'll play them for you. But the source of the source of the conversation is coming from they both say they are inspired by the late great Soldier Love, you know. So I think it's a competition who's doing, their best to represent, Soldier Love, and it's making for good listening, man. If you're a fan of Zim Danso,
Soldier Love has spawned a lot of. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna conquer
so
Sonic identity, Kari.
but that's the crazy thing now, because I'm going to play you some tune, and I think I know your musical ear enough to know what might impress you. But Junior Master is the one that did the
In the name
Kulandani
of
Kuna Banzi. No, that's Master H.
Wana
Hayati
Master.
unozviita mambo as unozviita mambo, but iwe hauzi.
Uzi. Mangomaya ane maruzi.
Yeah, mangoma ane maruzi. That's Junior
Yeah.
Master.
Okay.
Then Hulungwende is this one. Wayaze. Wanzwa sonically, I think is pretty close.
It's
So
so
and
close,
then
especially just when you got there when you was going to that low register. That was so.
and then this is Junior Sprague.
Okay.
Wayaze.
Oh.
Let's go back to Hulungwende.
And this is Muru.
That was Muka Uru.
Mukambo, ready? Wabada, ready? Takashikatika manyiza masalati witaka beji raiswa msalati dakudakupiwa awati wabada mkambo wataundi seso tiri makapa vakambosaiza echi vakasomka vafa pachikaro kuti gada kutamba ngoma kuita unge pada yavati siki ndokona vati tata mumatona kakunge memi pampeta malita tese tiri 3 steps ya tita iri pawa tikupura dansi izamadoesimbe takungopara urombe pura dansi takapinda zvekinde ndabva ndagaya pataifura mabande pura dansi mwaritakura ombe
It's a mad summer thing, my bro.
Okay.
It's a mad summer, my bro.
All three of these niggas is cooking first and foremost.
Yep.
Yo, I like that. Normally I would feel a way about modeling your sonic identity and that those textures of someone who has a very distinct and iconic kind of fingerprint that you can't miss. But they've they've done the emulation justice, and then and to a degree is that kind of conversation we had about Oriano that time. Just sometimes kind of the timbre of your voice, you go a certain way. There's
Yeah,
nothing you can do
yeah,
about it. It just
yeah.
has to run like that. But
I I think it's also allowed because of the genre of music where it's zim dancehall, it's dancehall music. I think there's always going to be very clear and close homages being done for,
it's gonna
you
have to
know,
be.
whether people are trying to sound like Vibes or Beanie Man or Buju Banton or whereas with Ja, it's kind of like this is such a distinct lane. This is not a clogged up genre yekuti there's 10 vanaja. So it comes off a little bit jarring when somebody's trying to do that. But in that same let me put you on, my bro. This is why I'm here. I'm here for you.
Okay.
This is Trap D.
Whoa.
Zimmy Pop in the house.
Hey, here nsungire wandende kumba Jesman akosora nasa toguta Kongo itanzara matoyezana naumba Yeah.
Whoa, yo, 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 yo.
Wave?
No, sir. No, sir. This is Trap D in the house.
Trap D.
Hanzi kungoita nzara. Matova vanhu vezanu.
Yeah, akokera gana dakufa
Oh, yo. Trap D in the building. This one's called Ding Ding.
Whoa. Hey, here nsungire wandende kumba Jesman akosora nasa toguta Kongo itanzara matoyezana naumba Yeah, akokera gana dakufa I went against that in the dukum sororo taravek Magupinda dipi mjolo maguita se Wangu unomora sikim doroba gata AIDS Vagut gazi tikim jo marine makez Ngori tingaling, tingali ding ding Kandi pasip dinori tututa Bagati shibisa hata gati pipi Dautenga vine madudu cha Apana dirira ndopinda ndiri soba
Trap D in the building.
Bro, let me
Why
tell
I
you
say?
something. Let me tell you something. Pane kanga phase kakamboda kuita ka period konge zvinonzi zim danso yapera zim danso.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. Zim danso.
Yeah.
Yakapera. Bro. Because what the bloody hell? Panongo mpano ndakasangana naye is being managed by my good sister na Joy. Mfano ndakangana zita rake mfano but wakanditi, hey, there's this kid, he's up and coming, he's sick, terror music, and they showed me his music, and I think mfano he's about 15, 16. Rude boy. Zim Danzo.
Fire.
Bro, my Getsy. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, you know, when you're listening to music, you have to look at the journey like, yeah, Zim Danzo, and I went I'm wrong.
Zayn Wave, big up Zayn Wave. I love this tune because it's such a departure from the bouncy, Zayn Wave we had grown to love. So to see that
he's
range,
been showing so much range for me. Bro, he's been showing range for me.
It's incredible to see.
And it's so nice to see him peeling these layers to him. I'm really rooting for that kid. He's
incredible.
Stupid.
He's incredible. This is, I think, the person who has run away this year MVP. But if something was to change, but Rana Rose has really owned this.
I'm Keller.
Yeah, man.
Government.
Your that no say me say what? I'm sure motherfucker from Kingston. But then you do. Yo, dad. Bitches calling my phone like ngeta rem jolo. Manje this time taburuka nem komo. Ya, dara gora tis takabaratono. Sakanda difabranyaya, miranyaya, usade.
I want to be honest, man. This this song was a bit of a letdown for me.
That one didn't strike as much as the other ones,
No, it
but
and
it's a
that's
grower. I can feel it.
no, no, but I don't think it would ever grow. But that's the reason why I played, because I wanted to. So you see how it starts, right? You see how like it's so much
Uno.
promise.
I'm Keller.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
The beat, the bounce,
That no say me say what? Michelle, motherfucker, my other Addy from Kingston. But they did it. But they did it. Yo, dad.
and then you do this.
Bitches calling my phone like that.
No.
This is calling my phone.
No.
No,
No,
can I
no.
interrupt? Yo, listen.
No.
Mabaza,
No.
chirunga.
Let's not do that.
Don't do
Big
that.
fan of Madedido, but let's not do that, my bro.
My daddy
You,
do. Yeah, bro, I love you.
you're-
I'm not gonna die whenever I hear my daddy do. I get cast.
you know, so that but
do you know who's about?
yes,
Do you know who's about to have
yeah.
yeah,
Who's about?
bro? So I found myself kuna ngirikini ku BNB kwe one of my homegirls Panandu Zimbabwe Chichichi. You know how Zimbi around festival periods. They
Munash.
that time.
Munash.
Mira, let me land.
Let me actually read out a comment that's going to be posted when people get to this part. This comment hasn't been written yet. It's in the let me read it out for you. Munash, you have this penchant of making the story more salacious than because nyako unozatitengera pa wanditi iwewe. You know who's about to mark things, who's about to fuck things up, and I'm listening to, and then you took me back. So I found myself at one of my homegirls Airbnb. Hatichatode kunzwa nezvemunhu wenhingirikini maitei kuAirbnb.
You man,
Saka handiunoziva because that's why you've taken us.
You
That-
lot need to get your minds out of the.
Aiwa.
I'll talk to the yeah, munanyora comment here.
Context.
Munanyora comment here. Munanyora comment.
How can you blame them? This is
munanyora comment here.
How can you blame
and
them?
I can reply asata press a post per comment here.
How can you blame them?
And then ndaenda kumba kushamwari yangu ku BNB kushamwari yangu takawanda. What I'm saying is takawanda. I was literally getting to that point where you know how things are. It's Kid December in the period.
Hey.
Takawanda. And then at some point, Killer T pulls up. Ne boys rake and like his manager Killer T vasvika Killer dem Killer wapinda dem Killer wapinda kuti vatonezi speaker Killer vachitsira right guys ndrubva kustudio ndrubva kumbari and I just been laying down. You know when an artist has come from cooking magetsi and you're like, oh my god, wakumbira engineer na producer tuvakubouncire manangiri matrix amaita and you're just rinsing it on your way home from the studio, kind of like tagadzira banger. He was in that mode.
Yeah.
But this man came and played us my unreleased 3-4 December. This nigga's gonna have summer this year. He's going to have Zim in an absolute chokehold.
I would love to see that.
And it's so impressive. It's so impressive. You start to realize with the boys it's actually formulaic. You know what I mean? Like there's a formula to
Avaskujuma.
avasikujuma vakutonyatsoziva kuti formula kuti kana tichida kugadzira summer anthem we have to be
this is how we do it.
And they're ahead of my trends nema flavors next year asati abuda. It's kuna vanhu vanogona zvavanoita. It's not by accident wakona some of these niggas vachigadzira mabangers and bangers like that. It's genuinely not zvine recipe. Ooh, what happened there?
It's coming up here, but
I think coming up. Younger and the Impress of Chorale. I don't know how it lasted this long.
me too.
Selfless, alive, no never. That is it. Watch it. Watch us, Taylor. Yo, Leo. Yo, Alexa.
Handimire kujipisa yangwenda kamboratiswa ndazowana anangisisa payana ex ndayipraktisa zvamanje manje ndiye aripo ndiye sango rinopawanika ndimusiye siye uye ndimusiye shiri one yo affection inoita kuti ndinzokuda ukandipa mkanaka amashow wacho experience
Leo Magos
Leo Magos.
featuring
Leo
featuring
Magos
Junior
is also going to be at Izambezi Fest this
Yep.
summer, August. Copy
Yes,
tickets
sir.
there. Yeah. Leo Magos is good. He's and I like his follow through after.
Yeah.
It's easy to make my clappers and I'm gonna fire emoji and then
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
it's
wonderful.
the state of Zimbabwean music, man, is very exciting. I like where we are. I think people are competing. People are putting out brilliant music. Very, very exciting to see what guys are doing. Museum hip hop, you know. You have an Insane Wave, Trap D, you know, K Flow. It's incredible. Then
Million Mars and Chaku. You know what? Next episode.
it's on you.
Diamond Jubilee.
It's on you.
Diamond Jubilee.
So yeah.
Selected.
Yeah, so shout out to Mills Million, shout out to Yadis. Incredible artist. But to sign out of the podcast, do you have before we sign out, I have obviously want to sign out with the big one. But you know, Mr. Chirisa, any parting words? Any last? I will see you guys in London this weekend, the 9th Conway Hall. Please arrive early so that we get to spend more time together. It's a lot of. I'm excited, honestly. I'm very, very excited.
So
For some reason, I keep finding more things.
Ndikuenda ku MK Mangwana unana Sandy to Nangri and it looks like the only day I have to shoot this is Saturday, and it's getting on my nerves, but I desperately need to get it in the can. But I'm gonna see if I can
Come through.
shift it to Friday because I cannot miss the Saturday, the London
So,
show.
someone in the
I bumped into
comments.
someone who Tesco who made in it, and they were like, "Oh, I was just listening to your episode, yeah, back and forth."
Yeah. Oh, shout out to you.
So are we gonna see you Kwakandoro on Saturday? Yeah, 10 to 10. And I got, oh yeah, cool. 10 to cool.
Yeah.
10 to cool, 10 to cool.
You have to.
Now, when I spoke to the guys in terms of availability at the thing, then I wanted to shoot, and they're like Saturday. I was like,
It's tight. But that's being an adult. We never like what it throws us. You know.
yeah.
So
But I didn't want to miss it.
yeah.
I'll
But
still, I'll still make a plan. If anything, I'll send over Anna Mums.
okay.
Yeah. So if anything, Mums would pitch
Yeah.
up.
So Saturday, I feel very obnoxious wearing shades inside the house. Not to music, but yeah, very exciting to close off the State of the Nation tour. Very exciting projects coming up. I'm excited because we are going to be working this year I don't know if you've caught a few episodes here of SNL UK yet.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What are your feelings? What do you think?
It's gonna sound like I'm I'm
And I
hating.
and it would be fair for you to do that. It'll be
But
fair.
in all fairness, it's everything I expected it to be
Yeah.
in to an extent. So I'm not really surprised with yeah. In fact, when I eventually saw what it turned out to be, I was like, I should have known better myself, because I mean, even some of the spec stuff that we put forward for it, I now realize that it was definitely too tasty for
Yeah.
they were leaning around things and but I'm seeing it. I personally don't think it's gonna see it past the third season mark. I just don't see it. I don't see it going past 3 seasons in its current state as it is right now.
No, no. I think I think so. I think the fortunate thing that happens with a product like Saturday Night Live is that it's very much a product of its times, right?
Mm.
Where if you have talented enough people or forward thinking enough people, you can tweak it to be a chameleon. So
Absolutely.
I can see it going past the third season purely off people being intentional about fixing whatever is currently lacking.
if if
Where
if if they have the balls
yeah.
to Nangrikini, and yeah, you're
But
absolutely right. It
but I
can.
also think it might just go beyond the third season because the the current iteration of SNL that exists is not that good. So anything that is coming out is vastly better. I think we're still in a landscape where people are pretty much very. I think the last episode, yeah, the last two episodes that they had were probably the strongest, and strong in terms of they kind of went after the king.
Mhm.
So they went after the king. They've been going after Keir Starmer in a way that feels, and you can see kind of like the viewership or the comments are largely, people across the pond being impressed, like, huh, SNL UK. And I think the one thing that has been probably been impressive is when you compare, like from a technical side of things, when you compare SNL UK and SNL US,
Mm.
the guys on SNL UK tend to perform like from their heads, like right off top. They are not living off cue cards. Whereas US performers, you can tell what they are reading, which kind of like affects their performance. I'll send you a link to that. There's the sketch here, Mario, where it felt like a
Mm.
proper play, because they were going off at it. Whereas when you're watching SNL
Oh yeah,
US,
because a lot of the actors who UK, they've got that theater background training
exactly,
anyway,
exactly.
so I
So
could
from a
see them
yeah,
taking
so
that.
from a technical side of things, it felt tighter. They
Uh
were not
huh.
breaking, they were not pausing to look for the cue cards. They were
Hmm.
improvising, they were going. Whereas with US, it's kind of like they're asking Kim Kardashian to be in a sketch. So she's going to have to
And
read,
then the jokes have been written for her, and then she reads them, but you
you
can
know,
tell she's yeah, fair enough. All right,
you know.
I get. Look,
So from the tech
it, it,
side, I think
it,
I think what you are the humor itself, I mean, there's a different conversation to be had there, where it's like, yeah, I would love to see more. I would love to see, because I would like to think the UK, well, first of all, even the casting choices, I would have loved to see, a wider, a
hey,
reflection of what the UK really is like.
So again, like I said, I really haven't watched a full episode of it.
Again,
Unless they're willing to make the conceited everything else to boom 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 fair, but I don't know. I still struggle to see them going past season 3 because from what I've been seeing, the buy-in into it. But then of course the Sky is Sky and ABC and so they're massive. But in terms of the adoption, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think. Yeah, British, you might know that certain level of weird seeing where so I mean there was I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, what makes you bring up Saturday Night Live?
no, I've just been curious to hear your thoughts. Ever since it started airing, I've just been curious. Then I
I never
realized
really
this.
never really watched everything that I've been seeing about it has just been my clips on social media, and for the most part they're getting cooked, and some of them I'm watching them I'm like, but at the same time even Saturday Night Live USA hasn't been that good anyway
I
for
think the
for a
I
hot
think the,
minute. So I was looking at the UK, and I was like, oh, okay, this might be interesting. The UK had a version of Saturday Night Live, or an iteration of something that looked like it could have been Saturday Night Live, which was so much more UK, and it was youthful, and and it was bold, bro, like daring. It was called Live at the Electric. If you can find some old footage of it or old bits of it on there, like that when I watched something and I thought this could rival Saturday Night Live. Live at the Electric was nuts, but I
yeah.
don't know. Again, Live at the Electric didn't last more than 3 seasons, so make what you will of that. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I hear that.
Inowanzoziva hangu kuti maprojects andinda scratch kwaandinda audition atu anopedzisira aflopa I don't know. Ndozvandongowanzoziva ini.
Ah,
No, I'm being real. I'm being,
Machegu to say it would
no,
you
no,
scratched
no.
me.
Kuti maya, bro. Bro. I shit you not, Kanduro. Any project that I auditioned for, and I
Don't
felt
get.
like, man, I should have backed that, and I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. But then again, with Saturday Night Live, it's not like every season they still do the auditions, right? So there's still an opportunity for you to crack in there, So yeah. But
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I was going to sign out. Actually, I will still sign out with that, but I want you to hear.
Akakabattery spare kandaisaka ndokarupera.
Okay, I want you to hear my upcoming GOAT. Man. This is terrible because I didn't realize that this song is like one of those
Intro.
yeah. It's a video, so I should have just played the video. But this is Baba Harare featuring Amakaka. It's called Rese.
Okay. I like that.
I am a big fan of anyone who's willing to experiment with the genres.
100%. You've got to. Oh, I love that because that landed.
I'm such a big fan. Even if you watch the video,
For me, that landed. For
Anyone-
something experimental and throwing things on the wall and seeing what sticks, that stuck for
Bro.
me. That stuck.
I love it. I love it so much. So big shout out to Baba Harare. you know, for always being, you know, willing to experiment with the gospel, with the, you know, I personally never listened to any of the
To
gospel.
that old school. What was that genre? Old school SAP
Machikos sounding, Chakadaro, you know,
Bakanga type. I know.
exactly, you know, ndo emabhebha ako kaeku ningire kusoma bhola anziji
Eku Brunabeg, eku Cholocho.
ikutsho aya
Siyana nawo mabheba angwa.
music yemabhebha ako ndio kuchiridza muridzo ndongoma guys aiwa anzi shwi
Sweet, yeah, I know.
shwi
And then when I'm
nomteka
Mulindo the vocalist ari kuya katenti naye kwaizambezi vest kutenchi matirana manhamba aya ndichinzwa.
tuma I feel like when you start listening this music feels rich, bro.
Bro, let me tell you why this music connects with me so much. So you
This
remember
is jelly music.
remember many episodes ago when I told you that to plum tritaenda to non-teaching stuff ku compound kwekwe chichichitora mabata trade demandudu chinemfesa wangwaidzi smiley also had ngomfesa ainzi bashi airidza muband resungura but sungura yekublues yoyo yekunana nhangarikaini bro that you see music yauri kuridza iyoyo
Do
bro, taipoya topinda mulala bro when I say takaminywa bro and angaine electric bass guitar achitoriridza memuya bro watanga kuimba tanga you thinking I love this music.
let's sign out, my guy. I think
Especially
we've
when
given yeah,
kaman elezi nyinyi tatalala
proper
nyenzi
eh,
semaru
ana
yalala.
anamachikos. Do type che. But to sign out, my bro, I think we've given people a 2-hour episode. You know, but we are going to be signing out by the one and only, with the one and only Boss Chama Kuvangu. Big up Boss Chama, Mr. Teresa.
Mr. Candizo with the sizzle on an
Out of
international
here, bro.
level. I'll
Out of
see
here,
you
bro.
on the other side. Rara. Jesus Christ.
Evalu.
Thanks.